Most people think a relationship ends when someone says goodbye. It does not. It ends much earlier, quietly, gradually, in ways that are easy to explain away until the pattern becomes impossible to ignore. By the time the goodbye actually comes, the leaving happened months ago. You were just the last one to know. Today, I want to talk about the three signs that appear when someone is emotionally leaving your life before they physically do. In friendships, in marriages, in family relationships, because the earlier you see them, the more clearly you can decide what to do with what you are seeing. Welcome back to YinkusPepe Talks, real talk, real life with clear eyes. If you're new here, my name is YinkusPepe, and this is Yinkus Digest. Today's conversation is for every person who has felt something shift in a relationship they value and has been trying to convince themselves that it is nothing. It may not be nothing. Let's talk. Sign 1. Your feelings become an inconvenience. There's a specific moment in a relationship that changes everything. Most people miss it because it does not arrive dramatically. It arrives as a small shift in how the other person responds when you are hurting. When someone genuinely values your presence, your feelings matter to them. Not perfectly, not without conflict, but your emotional state registers as something they care about. When they hurt you, they want to repair it. When you are confused or anxious about something they said or did, they want to bring you clarity. Even in disagreements, there's an effort to protect the connection. Then something changes. Your feelings stop being something they want to address. They become something they want to manage, or avoid, or move past as quickly as possible. Think about a spouse who notices their partner has been distant for weeks. They bring it up carefully without accusation. They are dismissed, told they are overthinking. The subject gets changed and the conversation ends not with understanding, but with the person who raised the concern feeling worse than before they opened their mouth. They try again a few weeks later. Same result. And somewhere in the pattern of trying and being dismissed, they start to wonder whether they are asking for too much. They're not asking for too much. They're asking for the basic emotional presence that a marriage is supposed to provide. And the reason it keeps being withheld is not that they are too sensitive. It is that the other person's investment is protecting their emotional experience of the relationship has quietly diminished. People protect what they value. When someone repeatedly shows indifference to how their actions affect you, not once, not in difficult season, but as a constant pattern, that indifference is telling you something about how much they currently value your presence. Sign 2. You became the one holding the connection. Relationships stay alive because two people keep choosing them. Feelings start the connection. Effort sustains it over time. When the effort becomes one-sided, when you are always the one reaching first, checking in first, keeping conversations alive, making plans, investing, the relationship has not yet ended, but it has fundamentally changed. One person has quietly stopped choosing it. Think about the friendship that started strong. Two people who were consistent, present, invested in each other. Then, gradually, the replies get shorter. The plans get cancelled more often. The enthusiasm disappears. And then one day you notice, if you stopped reaching out entirely, the friendship will simply go silent. Not because of a fight, not because of a misunderstanding, but because the other person has simply stopped maintaining their side of it. People who are going through a hard season still find ways to let you know you matter. A person who is emotionally leaving stops finding ways. In a marriage, this looks like a partner who is physically present at the dinner table, every family event, every school pickup, but has not initiated a real conversation in months. They're there, but the investment that says I'm choosing you is absent. And the other spouse has been compensating for that absence so consistently and so quietly that neither of them has fully named what is happening. If you stopped trying tomorrow, will the relationship still exist, or would it dissolve with you? That question deserves an honest answer. Sign number 3, you disappeared from their future. This is the one that tells you the most, because the future is where people reveal what they intend to keep. When someone genuinely values you, they imagine you in what comes next. Future plans include you naturally. The language shifts. We, us, ours. Next month, next year, when we do this, when we do that, you're assumed to be there. When someone is emotionally withdrawn, that language changes. The future becomes vague when you are in it. Plans that once included you became individual plan. And when tomorrow comes up in conversation, you feel hesitation where there used to be ease. Think about the couple who used to talk about where they wanted to travel, what their retirement might look like, where they wanted to be in 5 years together. And then at some point, those conversations stopped. Not because the future stopped existing, because they stopped being in it together in the way those conversations assumed. One partner started making plans without mentioning the other. Not big dramatic plans, small ones, a weekend, a commitment, a purchase. Things that previously would have been conversations became decisions made alone, by one. The other partner noticed, filed it away the first time and the second time, and by the third time understood, without anyone saying out loud, that the future being imagined had quietly contracted around one person rather than expanding toward both of them. Very few people will sit down and say, I no longer see you in my future. Instead, they will reveal it through what they stopped doing. They stop building with you. They stop planning with you. They stop creating shared experiences with you. And the absence of forward motion is its own kind of answer. What to do with what you are seeing? None of these signs in isolation means a relationship is over. People go through difficult seasons. People pull back temporarily and return. What matters is the pattern and the duration. And whether when you name what you are seeing, the other person meets you with genuine desire to address it. Or whether your naming it becomes one more thing they manage rather than one more thing they care about. A relationship in a hard season still has two people who want to find their way back to each other. Emotional withdrawal looks different. It is one person quietly reducing their presence while the other carries the weight of a connection that is becoming increasingly one-sided. The hardest truth in all of this is that love cannot be maintained by one person alone. You cannot want a relationship into existence on behalf of someone who has already stopped wanting it. Before we close, a quick reminder here. If you're looking for deeper conversations, actionable blueprints, and practical work behind these conversations, join our Patreon community, The Largest Circle, because here, we don't just talk about the problems, we do the work. And if you're always on the go, YinkusPepe Talks is also available in audio format on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and major podcast platforms, including YouTube, so you can listen wherever life takes you. You'll also find the Relationship Clarity Guide, booking information, and all relevant links in the description box and in my bio. They were still there, showing up to every dinner, still in the house, still saying the right things in public, but they were already gone in every way that actually counts. The signs were there. They had always been there. Seeing clearly is not the same as giving up. Seeing clearly is what gives you the information to make a real decision about whether to address what you see, about whether to require change, about whether what you are holding onto is still something the other person is holding with you. Your feelings are not too much. Your needs are not unreasonable. And a relationship that consistently makes you feel unseen is not a relationship you're obligated to carry alone. See it clearly for what it is, then decide with your eyes open and your worth intact. Thank you for watching or listening, and if this conversation resonated with you, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and join the conversation in the comments below. And until next time, this is YinkusPepe.